going on? My name is Wayne. Wayne is Reckless. If this is my first YouTube video. Took a while, but I think this is the best way to do it. I'm gonna start with a Q&A. I didn't want to dive right into YouTube without, letting people know who I am, what I do, a little background about what I do. So I kind of wanted to just start off conversation and then kind of go from there. So here goes nothing. Like I said, my name is Wayne. I'm a graphic designer, creator, director, content creator, creating impactful designs, whether it's clothing, brand identities. I just like watching my ideas come to life. So I create content around design, graphic design. I show tutorials about graphic design. I give tips and tricks about just being a creative in general. My design journey started when I was 15 on an old Dell computer. It still had a tower and the monitor still had the back on it, so that lets you know how long I've been designing. But I had a cracked version of Photoshop installed on the computer and Inkscape. If you don't know what Inkscape is, it's a vector program similar to Adobe Illustrator, but it doesn't have all of its capabilities. It's a free open source program. That's the program I use to learn vector designing as far as logos and artwork. So I used Inkscape and adjacent with Photoshop on my PC, and I started just creating designs. It started with a clothing line for myself and it spiraled into working with a lot of other brands. A lot of other clothing companies wanted me to create items for them, and I took it and just ran with it, and here we are. My inspiration comes from everything around me, people around me, conversations I have with people, things that I see. I take a lot of pictures. I have a folder on my phone where I titled it Inspiration, and I keep everything in there, and I go back to it when I'm looking for inspiration for something, or when I want to get an idea or pick up a different idea or add to something I'm working on. I just keep it as an archive in my phone, kind of like a Pinterest mood board on my phone full of pictures. So I use that for a lot of inspiration, and just seeing other designers and other work that they do, that inspires me as well, because I like to see what other designers come up with, reading between the lines and reading the design and studying the design and understanding what it means and the process that they went through while creating it. That helps me with my design process and how I create. And I really enjoy seeing other designers' work more than mine. I think I do love my work, but just seeing other designers and what they're capable of, it just keeps me on my toes. My style, it fluctuates. Right now, my design style is very grungy. I've been into the vintage vibes because I've been making a lot of vintage t-shirts for myself, and I've been wearing a lot of vintage t-shirts. So a lot of my designs, I've been gravitating towards that as far as the fashion side and making clothes look old and just creating the artworks that just look like they've been around for ages and aging it in my own way. I've been through my minimalist phase, and I think I'm slowly growing out of that. I used to just want to create bland, black and white kind of, less is more. And I think the design world is actually straying away from that. I think a lot of designers are just going with what they want to do instead of what trends are saying, and kind of getting back to the nitty gritty of being a designer and style and creating your own rules and not really following, just kind of basing off of, how you feel and what you want to create. And that's what it's all about, creating what you want to and not, following some set rule. Learn. There's always a lot to learn, especially in this business. A lot of designers have YouTube channels. A lot of people post tutorials. A lot of people just give a lot of free games in the design world, and it can be very beneficial for designers coming up. I know when I was coming up, we didn't have a lot of YouTube channels. I used to go through different blogs and was just to get advice, but now you can get on YouTube, type in how to be a graphic designer, and you'll be graduating with a certificate in a few months. It sounds easy, and it's really not that easy, but it's easy to get into the business. I won't say it's easy to sustain yourself in this business. You really got to figure out ways to stand out, because there are a lot of graphic designers now, whereas when I first started, there weren't really that many, and it wasn't as big as it is now. Now you get on Instagram, and I swear I see a new graphic designer every day, and TikTok is the same. So you got to figure out how to set yourself apart. Continuous learning in this field will get you far. There's sites like Skillshare that offer courses and learn how to be a graphic designer in a month, maybe. It's at your own pace. I use Skillshare just to keep myself updated with design and new things that are coming out, especially with the programs and when they drop betas, new functions in the programs that can help speed up my workflow. So just continuous learning, and that'll really help you in this business. Staying updated with the latest trends. I used to not do this, but now I realize that I have to check and see what's going on in the design world. But like I said, YouTube, Reddit, there's so many different resources for keeping up with design trends, and a lot of different books. You can find a lot of different branding and marketing books that will help you. So what I would say for that is just go to Barnes & Nobles, get you a good book. Find you somebody on YouTube, a designer. I'll try to find some and post some, but YouTube University is so much free game. It's the place to be because I see new videos every single day from countless designers that I know, some that I don't know, just giving out a lot of game. My biggest piece that I would give to anybody aspiring to be a graphic designer is just, again, keep learning, keep practicing, perfect your craft, figure out who you are as a designer, learn the basics, the foundations. Again, when I first started, I didn't have a lot of foundation work. I had to learn that on the back end. But what I would say is now it's easy to figure out the foundation and learn the foundations, because if you learn the foundations now, you won't have to worry about them later like I did. I'm not saying it will set you back, but it would just help you. It's always good to, like I said, keep learning. I can't stress that enough. What I enjoy most about being a content creator is the feedback I get from everyone. Sitting in my living room making videos and posting them and people liking them, that's a great feeling, because it takes a lot to do these and it takes a lot of courage. This video took me a while to make. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I rarely show my face. So this was stepping out of my comfort zone, but I knew that it was something that had to be done, and it was the perfect time for me to do it. So what I do enjoy the most is just the feedback that I get from everybody, the love that everybody show is really appreciated, and it just lets me know that my hard work is not going unnoticed, and people really appreciate it, and that's a great feeling. One big challenge that I face with being a creative is really just trying to stay inspired. I go through periods where we have to find inspiration. A lot of times it comes to us too, but we have those moments where we don't have any inspiration. We don't know what to create, and we're searching for it. And sometimes it's a little harder than other times. So just sticking with the creativity and trying to make something out of it. For me, to fight it, I take a lot of breaks, just get on blogs and look for inspiration, Pinterest, Behance, Instagram, and just kind of take a step back and look at it from another perspective. Usually that helps. On my channel, you can expect design tutorials, tips and tricks, project showcases, a lot for aspiring designers, a glimpse into my creative process and daily life, and much more. My goal is to provide valuable content that inspires and helps you on your creative journey. I want to thank y'all for tuning in, vibing with me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to try to post more frequently. If you have any ideas of videos you may want to see, write them in the comments, or I'll try my best to get those videos out. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Thank you.